culture is difficult to understand, particularly in modern times with your interwebs and Google searches. I've spent most of my years traveling, and if there's one thing that I've learned, it's that if you want to understand a group of people, you have to look past how they live. You need to see how they die. In Ireland, they talk about a fairy called a changeling. It's a beautiful little boy or little girl who looks just like yours. Late at night, when Mummy and Daddy and the little one are sleeping, the fairies go into your home and steal your human child, and in its place, they leave the changeling. Everything would seem fine. Perhaps even years could go by before you even begin to suspect that your child is a little fae. And then, when the reality that this isn't actually your child begins to set in, and you slip into madness, you wake up with its teeth at your throat! Can you believe that those fairies tried that on me? Luckily, I had this trinket, and I spied that nasty, filthy fairy brat just in time. Hello again, children. It's story time! This is a story about a woman and her bad habits. Bad habits. She's got bad habits. She does. You have bad habits too. The heroine of this tale is a little girl named Rosie. When she was younger, her mother was hurt in a church. Little Rosie decided to purify herself, so she gave herself to God. What our sweet little sister didn't realize is, when you spend all your time obsessing about the darkness, you become it. There once was a posy named Rosie, whose mother was hurt by the clergy. She abolished her sin and covered her skin, but gave way to the nasties within. Everyone fears the devil, but what you don't know is that the devil fears me. Remember, before she was Satan, she was Lucifer, meanest of the angels, who was demoted to Pippots of the heavenly septic work. So, how do you snare the devil? Everyone wants something. Lucifer wanted a new job. She wanted a new job. So I gave her one. time for you to meet my treasures from the east, my genie. And this one came with a whole coven of sorceresses. A djinn, to say it properly, is a very misunderstood creature. Sure, he'll grant you your every wish, but he feeds off desires. And soon your wishes become your worst nightmares. For centuries, this one grew fat off the desires of young women until he met 4 witches whose demands for his power were too strong for his magic. They began to play a very dangerous game of tightrope, back and forth between power and greed.
Please stand by.
A gravedigger is a very powerful person. The shovel is the pen that signs us over to the underworld. But who piles on the dirt once the digger is laid down?